welcome. To give a big shout out to everybody on the show, everybody that's watching now, later, next 5 years from now, God willing. But this is our 1 year anniversary. I'm so super happy. Technically speaking, our 1 year anniversary was last Sunday, but life happens, as we already know. Just like right now, it seems like there's some type of frozen thing. We're here, we're live, we're gonna give away some giveaways, some gift cards, some shirts, all that stuff. I'm so glad I have Shawnette here. She was our very first guest on the show. It was called, the very first episode was called The New Norm, right? Is this the new norm or something like that? And it was Mothers Unfiltered. So, of course, we have changed within that year during COVID, post-COVID. But I just wanted to jump in, Ty, before I carry myself on.
Whoo! Y'all already know what it is. First of all, Kia, congratulations on the 1 year. And I know I say Kia and we're all a part of the team, but this is Kia's brand. This is her passion. So, we want to, highlight the actual host, not the co-host. So, Kia, we love you for making this happen for everyone. You've made an impact in a lot of people's lives, even though I know you don't always see it. There are a lot of people that watch the show faithfully. Thank you for all of our faithful subscribers and viewers. And thank you for all of our new subscribers and viewers. And you know the routine. Go to YouTube, type in Unfiltered and Intentional or Mothers Unfiltered, like, subscribe, and share. And if you want to have some great discussion, go to Facebook if you have a Facebook account, and go to Unfiltered and Intentional or Mothers Unfiltered. We will accept you. And then you could like, subscribe, and share and help support our channel.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. First off, I just want to say, is it me on my end? But it's freezing. Are you seeing what I'm seeing, or is it just my stuff? Because it's freezing on my end.
So it's freezing on your end.
Oh, so you guys can see everything? Okay, as long as somebody can see something, because I'm like, man, what?
So someone said they love the shirt. Really quick.
When it's live, anything can happen. And you guys who have, yeah, I know. I don't know if you can see. Yeah. But anywho, I said, thank you so much, Shawnette, for coming on, being our very first guest, and being here to mark on our 1 year anniversary. You give us so much guidance, and your voice is so warm, and it's such a special treat. A lot of people never knew what you. They didn't know who you was. It was like this mystery. Who is Shawnette? So thank you for coming. I wanted to say, before we get into anything else, is how have you been? How is this whole living with the working with you? I mean, how are you? Let's just start off with that. How are you?
I am well. I thank you guys so much. I'm excited. It's been a year. Time is flying. So much has changed. How am I? I'm great. I am great despite all that's going on. It's been a busy time for me, with mental health illness being one of my main purposes in this world, right? It's a lot of people going through a lot of things. And despite COVID and despite the fact that we've been isolated, we are able with technology to provide therapy online. There are so many apps that where people can get therapy. Telemental health is new and it seems to be here to stay. So I've actually been quite busy. I'm grateful I've been able to continue to coach. I've got a new book project that's going to be coming out soon. It's I'm part of an anthology, a panel of experts speaking about wellness. So the book is titled Walking in Wellness. And so I'm going to tell y'all some more about that another time, but I've been great. I'm really grateful. There have been trials and tribulations for all of us. None of us are exempt, but I just keep remembering that the worst thing that ever happened to me happened a different day ago. And so today is a new day. I get an opportunity to do a new thing. It might not be a good day today, but it's not yesterday. And so that's enough for me to try to do something new. So I've been great. How y'all doing? How's everybody?
Good.
Better than now.
We're good.
Good.
Yes. Are you able still to hear me? It's going in and out. Are you still able to
Yes.
hear me?
You're good right
Okay.
now.
So I just wanted to touch upon a couple of things before we get into some giveaways and all that. I just wanted to talk about, we had a lot of different topics for this last year. Some that you were on, some that you tuned in later and listened to. Which one was your most interesting one that you was like yelling at the screen like, oh, I need to talk my piece, and I know, no, he didn't, no, she didn't. You know, what was your
Listen, I'm talking to every episode. I'm a talker. So I'm just like, that's right. Tell it. Okay, now. And I'm even speaking with the viewers. I'm talking to them when they're commenting. So I think I've gotten riled up. I've gotten emotional. I've gotten excited, and I've gotten a lot of laughs with a lot of the episodes. One of the episodes that had me like sitting on my hands and pacing back and forth was with the most intelligent Mr. Charles Haskins. He was speaking because this was a time where we had talked about some of the injustices that were going on, and we were talking about protecting ourselves. And I just think that his perspective was one that represents a lot of people, and it was different from mine. And I enjoy that type of dialogue. Although he didn't hear me, he and I were dialoguing. We were getting it because what struck me was that we all have these different perspectives, right? And in general, we say we as a people, we need to do better. We need to come together. We need to educate ourselves. We need to educate our children and pull ourselves up by the bootstrap. And I know a lot of you guys who have military backgrounds, like there's no excuse, there's no reason to fail or give up. And I agree with that too. I just think it varies depending upon the resources and the things that you're exposed to. Like if you're not educated at all, we were talking, I think, about even arming ourselves and the right to bear arms at that. Well, I say we, because I was talking to him too. But this is what the episode, I believe, also touched on, bearing arms. And I think some comments were made that, like, why don't you just I'm not getting bullets if I can't afford milk for my baby. That is not a priority to me. And so I think I was commenting to the screen about the fact that people have different priorities, people have different resources. And so that way the outcome is going to be different for people. So that was a good episode for me. I mean, they all were good, but that was one that had me, I was in here. I was in it. I was in the screen.
It's funny it was funny that you mentioned, comments back to the screen, even though you can't hear you. I hear that a lot, that people have things to say and they're talking to the actual or television or however they're watching YouTube or Facebook, and they're like, wait a second, they can't hear me, but they're very passionate about the subject. I want to put out there, so Ty, so the 8th comment will get a $25 Amazon gift card. So I'll do that first one just to throw it out there to get my feet warm. The 8th comment. So
the 8th one.
Read some of the comments now. We're not up to 8 yet. The 8th one. So you want to read some of the comments now?
Yes, Mia.
Yeah, just read.
Happy anniversary. Yes.
First
and
one,
I love the shirts. And again, going back to Liz, do what you do about the shirts.
Okay, guys. So it's grownhonestconcepts.com. Please check out the site. Unfiltered and Intentional shirts are on there. Grown and Honest shirts are on there. Talking about not being target practice and all the shirts that you've seen me wear over the course of the last year. They're all on there. So if you liked any of them, or if you have an idea, suggestion, I am open to suggestions, guys. Reach out to me.
Thank you, Liz. And guys, this is what it's all about. It's just helping the community, helping us grow, helping each other, supporting your people. So again, y'all see the shirts, all the shirts that we, not all of them, but pretty much, I guess, all the shirts that we've been wearing has been made from Miss Liz. Love you. Love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Humble Lion.
That's the third one.
Happy
Humble Lion.
anniversary. Thank you. Thank you. We
Thank
see
you.
Humble Lion. We see you all the time. We really, really appreciate all the love. All the love. I'm doing good now that we have Shawnette on. I've been down and out. Shawnette always uplifts me personally. And I'm sure, I don't want to assume, but I'm sure that she does the same. Her vibe is off. Thank you. Thank you, Shawnette. Then we got Cash. Money, 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 money. Money. Happy anniversary.
And from the gift card.
He don't get no gift card. Then we have a Facebook user. We don't see the name. So if you can type the name, so we know who you are. Happy year one. Absolutely love the t-shirts. Again,
Thank
Liz.
you.
Thank you. I'm done on my rant.
You know what's interesting about, I see, thank you. So how many was that? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the number 8. Yeah, so number 8. Is Denise. Yes. Love you, sis. Love you, Denise. We can't tell you know who's out there. We don't see the names on Facebook. Is this the 8th one? Happy anniversary. Please keep up the wonderful and informative work. Is that the 8th one? Yay!
Yes. Number 8. Ladies and gentlemen, number 8.
You know what's interesting, because I love when you comment and you give your perspective as being somebody who is a part of the young youth community, you know, and has their perspective and everything. So definitely thank you for chiming in, and I definitely will drop that $25 gift card on you. I know how to get in contact with you. Them shirts are banging. I'm number 8.
Oh, wait. Wait.
We have a challenger?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold on. No. 8 is. This is number 8. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So how it goes, just in case you guys don't know, we get the comments from YouTube and Facebook, so we don't get to see. So however it flows on our end, I think it's just the way it's set up. But we have 3 other gift cards and 2 other prizes. So we got you out there. Thank you for still listening and repping. Thank you. But back to Shawnette, back to Ty, back to Liz, back to Specs. I have to ask you guys some questions. What's your favorite episode? And I know before you even joined the show, you was a guest, and you tune in faithfully, and you be making all types of comments. So I definitely want to ask you what your favorite episode was.
Your brother. Every episode he's on, he pushes me. It's hard to push my buttons. He does, and it's not in a bad way, but it's just a way. So he makes me listen to him. I might not always agree, but he pushes me, and I'm like, what? But then he explains himself, and then I'm like, okay. I see his perspective. So I like when somebody can push me and then say, this is my opinion. I might not agree, but make it make sense to me. And from his perspective, he makes it make sense. I might not agree. And every time he has something to certain episodes, I can evenly flow with it. But when he's on, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. So that's something for
Okay,
me. So he does that. So every episode he's in, I'm always like, okay, what you got to say?
No, and if you're listening, Charles, now or later, appreciate your commentary. Every time you come on here, I get a lot of feedback. I get feedback. Everybody, good, bad, ugly, tall, short, white, black, midget. Whoever it is, everybody has something to say. So thank you for always being that person to drop your perspective and those history knowledge nuggets on us. Ty, what's your favorite episode?
Whew. I would actually have to say my favorite episode is episode 1, because I was part of the first show. And for me, that was very huge and impactful because it started this full year, just full year educational moment for me. There are topics within my personal life and household that it never prompted a conversation to happen, and being on this show, being a part of everyone's lives, it started conversations in our home that's never happened before, about our history in general and our personal history, as far as people. So I would have to say like the first episode, but of course I'm a supporter. I'm a ride or die for you and the show. So outside of the first episode that started it all, but every episode is my favorite. But I would have to say the ones that Mr. Charles Haskins, again, his name is your brother. The first time he was on the show was definitely an eye opener. And every single one that Miss Shawnette has been a part of. And for me, it's not enough because her energy is so, that vibration of hers just pulls you in. It's healing, it's comforting, it's insightful, it's familiar. So I would really, again, everything, but really those two with Miss Shawnette and Mr. Haskins, honestly.
Yes. Your dog just found out, Liz.
That dog is mad as hell.
The doggy okay, boo?
I can't hear anybody.
Oh, she muted herself. Can you hear me, Ty? Okay. So I was gonna ask favorite episode was, but she with the dogs right. Talk about what my favorite episode was. So I have to give hands down first. Uh-oh. Can you guys still hear me? Because it's buffering.
Yeah, it's all on your end, boo. I told you I was mad at you before we got on the actual live. I knew it was going to be all you. I knew it. My spirit told me.
It wouldn't be a 1-year anniversary if there wasn't some F-ups going on.
Listen, it wouldn't be right. It wouldn't be subscribers and viewers. Thank you for your patience and your time, but y'all know what it is unfiltered and intentional. And again, being unfiltered, you gonna roll with the punches or you gonna sign off, and y'all love us and we love you.
Well, first off, I'm going to blame Cash for me freezing. And I'm going to blame Cash for me freezing because why is the internet freezing and it's a sunny day outside? It is still light it's still stuff going on out here. There's no storm and the internet is freezing. So I'm putting Cash on blast on my 1 year anniversary.
We gonna blame all the husbands tonight. How about that?
Yeah, and you too, Alistair.
Yeah, we'll blame the husbands tonight.
But no, I was about to go in about what my favorite episode was, and then you was dealing with the dog, but I'll jump in there real quick and just say my favorite episode had to be with you, Miss Shawnette, who's also my homegirl as well. The reason why I love your presence is because I think that you talk about things that we don't want to talk about and perspectives that we don't want to deal with. It's kind of like right now, you ain't supposed to be doing something and you kind of bring it out like, but guess what? We're going to talk about it. And I have to also say, I actually love all the episodes. I mean, of course, the very first one, it sticks with you when we were talking about, because this whole COVID shit was new. COVID was freaking new. We don't know what the fuck was going on. Actually, I had COVID during the show. I had COVID for like 2 months, and Ty, thank you so much for holding it down, telling me come on, fight it, because I would like throw water on my face and try to do something. But no, definitely, it was a lot of trials and tribulations. All the guests I want to say thank you to. I know if you're listening, Mr. King McCrae, thank you for showing love and teaching us about financial education. KP, the retired detective, that was also one of the favorite episodes as well, because he was able to educate me on so many different procedures that the police go through. We've also had some fun stuff too when we talked about black hair and these different things. I mean, there's a lot of different things that we've talked about when it was Mothers Unfiltered, and then changing on to other things. Liz, I know you have yourself on mute, but did you have a favorite episode?
Oh gosh, I had a lot of favorite episodes. So Shawnette already stole my answer, so I'm gonna come up with a different answer. So I really liked the first episode that KP was on. I think that he really gave us a different perspective, one that we don't always get to go straight at, and I genuinely appreciated him being on the show. But I'm gonna mute myself because I can't mute my dog.
Oh, we love the dog. Anybody's a dog owner. I want to talk about the next giveaway that we have, the next $25 giveaway. If anybody will come on the comment line and ask us questions. So whoever is the second person to come on the comment line and ask one of the hosts a question, I'm really curious to know what they would ask. I may have not. Maybe I shouldn't have asked that question.
Now I'm nervous.
But I'm very, very curious.
It better be a good question.
Yeah. But the second question, I'll give the $25 Amazon gift card to. So whenever that pops up, you guys know for that. Back to Shawnette.
Wait. Really quick. Remember, guys, we are streaming from YouTube and Facebook. So when we're saying second question, the second question looks different for us because we're getting both sites. So, please don't get upset. Again, I just want to put that out there so you could see that we're viewing it differently than maybe you're viewing it. Sorry, Kia. Thank you.
No, thank you, because especially if one person put it on, Facebook and then something else, thank you for putting that out there so we don't get confused. So back to Shawnette. Is there a topic that you thought throughout this year when we've had different shows that you thought that wait, I didn't even finish the question. That you thought that we should have maybe a part 2 or elaborate it more on, or like, man, shit, this needs to be a part 3. Y'all missed something completely. Yeah. Which one would that be?
Yes.
Oh,
well, there was.
Yes.
Well, almost every episode I wanted more of. I mean, I know the show's an hour, but I felt like we weren't finished. I wasn't finished. I wanted more. I wanted to continue to explore and listen and hear what you guys were saying. But there are a couple topics that I think we I'd love for us to continue. One in particular, we were talking about, we were doing a debriefing, and we were talking about like, how's everybody feeling out there after everything's going on, after, people are being killed by the police, after riots, after all kinds of pandemonium, right? And we started to talk about mental health and depression and sadness and what are we going to do now? A little bit after the new year, we started talking about moving forward, but I wanted to talk about suicide. Yeah. No, I know. But I don't think we talk about it enough. I know we've got Suicide Awareness Month and we've got suicide hotlines. And unfortunately, when someone does take their lives, we talk about suicide then. But I'm into preventative stuff, right? I'm talking about, let's talk about it now before it gets there. We were talking about like, how do we help our kids? And unfortunately, the numbers for children who are committing suicide are continuing to increase. And I mean, especially in the age of social media with a lot of the comparing one another, a lot of the self-image things going on, there and cyberbullying, quite frankly, has not stopped. It's not just with younger people. Another thing that we're seeing an influx of, unfortunately, are influencers, whether they're on YouTube or just being on a different platform. We're finding that influencers are succumbing to a lot of the pressure that being on the internet and being a internet sensation brings upon them. And sometimes when the numbers are down or when the likes decrease or when the viewership is down, then people become depressed. They're not able to work through it. And then we have crises such as suicide. So that's a topic that I'd love to talk about. And then I think that topic will continue and branch off into other things. There is on the screen the National Suicide number for the National Suicide Hotline. If you or anybody you know are having thoughts about suicide, are feeling like you don't have hope, just know that someone is there to listen, someone is there to help. And if you can make it through just one more day, I promise you things will not be the same as they were on yesterday. That's a guarantee.
Wow. Thank you for saying that. It's interesting because I always say this a lot of times at the end of the podcast, there's so many topics that we can talk about, especially the ones that really, really affect our community. You do hear about suicide a lot, and I don't hear a lot about African Americans and suicide, and that's something that kind of goes unseen. It's always put out there that we're strong and we're tough. So when it comes to the medical community, we're just really not, we don't really have a voice in the medical world, oh, he's okay. Oh, she's all right. When we really do have these issues and things. So thank you so much for mentioning that. And I wrote it down. I don't know if while you was talking, I was looking down and stuff. I was writing that down to make sure that we talk about that on the podcast. I mean, it's interesting because a lot of times, and just for you guys tuning in, how I decide how I'm going to do the show, a lot of times I'll go off what maybe with a hot topic of what they're talking about, on the news or something like that. And then sometimes it's kind of like what's sitting on my spirit, like what's been going on. Like, man, I think I really, really need to address this. There's some bullshit going on and we got to talk about it. Speaking of bullshit, and I'm sorry, Liz, you're not really chiming in because that dog, that's some bullshit, but
be quiet for just a minute. He will be so fat by the end of this episode, treat after treat. Like, please be quiet. Just shut up. Please just shut up.
He's gonna know that, okay, if I bark, I get another treat.
Everyone, as much as we love the people, we love the fur babies too. And fur babies have to be paid attention to. They are healing comforters. Again, so we have to highlight the fur babies. So,
I want to talk about that. I knew I was going to jump around, for a minute, and I'm just out there. I haven't seen any comments come in, but the second comment that comes in gets a $25 gift card. So that
question.
please write your questions. A question to the host. Yeah, any question. Thank you. Put it out there again. The second question.
And it might be
we'll
from
get a
YouTube or it might be from Facebook. Yeah. And if you're a Facebook user, when you ask the question for the whole panel or individually on the panel, please make sure you attach your name, because unless you have put in the option for StreamYard, that's the actual stream that we use to be able to show your information. The only thing we see is Facebook user. So please make sure that you attach your name. So if you are the second person to ask a question, we know who to address. But wait, what are we giving away for the second question again, Kia?
Yes. Another $25 Amazon gift card. Cool.
Can I ask a question for the gift card?
I shop a lot on Amazon, so maybe that's
no. I can't.
No.
No. But I want to ask a question to you guys. You guys can tell me how you feel. COVID vaccinations, yes or no? Ty, I want to hear.
Whoa! Do you really want me to go on this rant? Yes. Okay.
I do.
So
for your not for nobody, yeah, for your
me personally, so YouTube, StreamYard, and Facebook understands my personal view is no COVID vaccination. I am not against vaccinations. I'm not an anti-vaxxer. However, I do know that for the two main ones, which is Pfizer and Moderna, they are using the mRNA. I also know that in the 1970s that the government did not really want to fund it because of the autoimmune disorder that it was causing. And for me, I also know that as of right now, today, that these are emergency use vaccinations only. They are still not approved by the FDA. There's still no full data on long-term and short-term use versus first dose and second dose and mixing the dose. So until they come out with real data, no, I will not be getting the vaccination.
Okay. So before you answer that question, Shawnette, I just want to say YouTube, StreamYard, and Facebook, whoever's listening, because they will flag you in a second you say something anti-something or they think. So with that being said, these individual persons' opinions and how they feel. They are not saying what others should do, saying what they should do. So this is their own personal talk about it. And Specs actually did go and get his vaccination. Everybody's different. Everybody got their own thing. And if you don't want to comment, it's okay. But Shawnette?
Thank you so much. I'm happy to comment here, okay? So as a mental health counselor and psychotherapist, I typically do not self-disclose. I don't tell my personal business all the time. But there are times that I do share what's going on with me. I'll answer the question this way. It is urgent for those who feel that they need the protection of the vaccination to hurry and go to the nearest place that they can go and get the vaccination. At the same time, it is urgent that those people who feel that this is not something that they need at this time or perhaps ever, that they have the ability to make that decision without scrutiny, without discrimination, and without being bullied on the internet about it. And so I think that this is an individual decision. And I think that everybody has the right to make that decision for themselves and for their families. Remember this, there are people who are wanting to enroll their children in school maybe 5-10 years ago who did not want their children vaccinated. They had a choice. People should continue to have a choice. That's my answer.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Liz?
What Shawnette said.
Right.
Oh,
That
wow.
part.
No specs. It ain't no what Shawnette said. No.
Nah, nah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, incidentally, that is literally my position, right? I feel that people that feel the need to get it should have it, and people that are not comfortable yet, I think that we should respect both sides of the spectrum. So, I'm not comfortable yet putting it out there. So,
Okay. Okay. What
All
about you,
right.
Specs?
So I already got mine, but I do wholly. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering. I agree with Shawnette. The pre what is that? The vaccination was, you don't know who had it. You can catch it from somebody and it can kill you. So there was no protection. Now you have protection. So now there's your option. So if you don't want it, you're fine. If you want it, get it. So I have no problem with somebody that has not had the shot, because they're saying, if I get it, I get it. It's my life. I'm fine with that. My thing was like protecting me. So now I'm protected in my mind, whatever, then it's fine. So if you don't want to get it, don't get it. And it shouldn't be anybody bullying anybody to get it or not get it. It should be your choice. But and that's how I feel about it. As long as I feel protected and I got it for me, I'm good.
Okay.
Can I
Go ahead? Sorry.
Can I just add, because we've been flagged before for talking about COVID and it right. Can I just add that please consult with your doctor to talk about your medical care before and after. Again, it's preventative. There is no judgment on this panel. Do your own research. Like Shawnette said, just to reiterate, if you feel as if you are in the class where you want and need to get the vaccination, run and go get it, because it is very useful. It really is. I've had 4 family members, including you, Kia, who had contracted COVID. COVID is a beast. It's a different type of beast that I understand why they cannot follow or why it's hard to follow. Again, please consult with your doctor. And if you want to wear a mask, keep yourself safe and keep others safe. And regardless of what your decision is, here on Unfiltered and Intentional, AKA Mothers Unfiltered, we respect you and your decision regardless.
So before I make my comment on how I stand on it, can you read the last 4? I don't see a question for us. I guess the money gonna sit around because nobody wants $25 gift card. I mean, but you can read the comment.
So we have, yes, so we could get back to some form of normalcy, but I respect people who don't want to get it as long as they're wearing masks. Thank you for that. Then we have Facebook user. Again, we don't see your name. Happy 1 year. I'm very proud of all of you, all of your hard work and endeavors. Thank you, everyone that's on the panel. And again, Kia, specifically for you, because this has been, I'm going to say, part of your passion, because we know the back end story. Thank you for doing this for us on the panel and everyone else. We love and respect you and support you for that. Paul, yes, I don't know what that was for. COVID is nothing to play with. Yeah, it will take you down. It definitely will. I've seen it firsthand.
Like any other, yeah.
I've seen, yeah, it's again, if you feel as if you need it, please consult your doctor and go and get the vaccination. My whole family just had COVID. Sorry to hear that. I hope you are okay. And because I know there's different variants, I am hoping that at least they have the lesser of the variant, because we know when the first variant came out, it hit people hard. So hopefully they will be okay. And then also,
the first question. That's not the first question. The first question is from Alistair. And he says, how do you ladies and Specs intend to grow the show over the next year? So what do inquiring minds like to know? So that was a great question. So I'm so honest. If anybody knows me, it's so funny because I have maybe like one or two people like, oh, you be exaggerating. If I exaggerate, it's to tell the funny story, but the shit still happened. You was looking foolish when you fell on the floor. I just added a banana peel. So at the end of the day, let's keep that moving. But I'm very honest. I'm very blunt too. So I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I like to tell my little stories. They just had the anniversary about Tulsa, Oklahoma. And in the process of having the anniversary of Oklahoma, I was getting so depressed. Because it's like, wow, 100 years later, and these people that are still alive, it's only a couple of them, and they're like the children, the great grandchildren, you know, they're like 103. They still live in squander. They still don't have the money. They have been given the short end corporations. Greenwood only consists of 3 blocks in Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know, so it's just so sad to know that we're still going through these things, but in different ways. No one's being held accountable. The people that you could put a hold of accountable are technically dead. So, you know, are we putting the grand other people, you know? But anyway, I was so depressed, and I called. Oh, can you hear me, Ty? Can you hear me?
You're breaking up. Host and owner of the show. We rocking with you though. Listen,
I can hear you.
Listen.
Okay.
The new
if you get the shit.
And our faithful viewers and subscribers, you already know how it goes. It is unfiltered and intentional. Yes, we do have glitches, and it may not be on our personal end. It may be because of technology and just because of what we're using. Bear with us and do what we do regardless. Kia, get it.
Ty is a full-on robot right now.
Yes. Thank you. But the whole gist was just, I was basically really, really depressed about what was going on because, you know, the people in Tulsa, Oklahoma are still suffering and they're not getting their due part. So I called Ty and Liz up, and I'm basically like, I don't think this show is gonna last. I'm about to jump off this cliff. I'm done with this. You know, what's going on? And Liz, and I know she's dealing with the dog right now. So sorry that she's dealing with she's not to come on. I'm sorry that I'm breaking at the time. Liz ended up telling me, like, hey, why don't you girl, this technology, it sucks. But Liz was basically saying, like, hey, why don't you go ahead and start putting the show on the road? What are you talking about? So Ty has been telling me, plus I already know of other places have been affected by within saying that Liz gave the of putting the show on the road and basically doing the shows at these actual places, or sitting and doing the videotaping at these memorial sites at these towns. Go ahead, Ty.
Can you just quickly repeat what you said, Kia, because you are breaking up a little bit, and I want to make sure really that the viewers are able to. Yeah. Oh. So Kia done went. Oh no. You want to know?
Okay.
She will be back. Oh no, she about to.
I just came right back. I just refreshed the whole thing.
You want to know what I wish we could,
much better.
I wish we could move you over because people actually get confused when we switch places visually.
As long as the technology is good, but let me hurry up and talk before it begins. So basically, Liz was telling me, is it messing up again? Oh no. Can you hear me? Is everybody hearing me? Okay. So Liz was basically telling me, take the show on the road, go to these memorial sites, go to these towns that have been slaughtered, that have been forgotten about, and do a taping there. We're going to do some more shows on the road like that and put these other places and these towns on the map. And I was taking it a step further. You know, my mom made the suggestion, once you end up, let's just say I just did all of Florida, you know, once we find these locations, how about we put an advocacy program together and then submit it to somebody like ADOS and these things, so these other towns and these other places can get the reparations that they're needing, can get the honor and respect that they're needing. There are so many places, of course, you know about the Tulsa, Oklahoma and the Black Wall Street, but there's so many places, lost towns and areas that have been slaughtered by white racist individuals, and we don't know anything about it. You know, we just, and I'm not saying, but in a general sense, we just learned about June 19th and what was the reasoning behind Juneteenth Day. What the hell is just Juneteenth? Why are people trying to celebrate it? Well, unfortunately, when slavery ended, there was a group of slaves in Texas who had that slavery ended until this time frame, you know. So I mean, there's so many stories. Thank you, Liz, for saying, hey, don't quit on the show. Let's take this thing bigger and better. So I hope that you were able to hear what some plans were. Definitely I'll tell you in person, because I'll be on the road. I'm like, bring your ass too. So, but that's not the second question. That is the first question. The second question was, Kia, what kind of wine is that? Thomas.
So wait, what kind of wine, Kia? As she's sipping and glutton, give us a second.
Moscato. Oh, wait. It's Moscato and peach. So yes, I'm a Moscato. Yes.
So Paul wants to give
honest with you, like I said out a little bit.
So
yes,
wait,
Paul gets the gift card. Paul Thomas.
Wait, what did Paul Thomas win, Kia?
Did we lose her?
Oh,
he got the $25 gift card.
Hey.
I'm right.
So wait a minute. Congratulations.
I can't hear you.
Congratulations to Paul for being our second person to ask a question to receive the gift card. However, just Kia, if you can let the viewers know who and how do they contact people to get either their shirt and or the $25 gift card?
Yeah, I was definitely going to let everybody know. I was going to do it at the end, but I can do it now. If you could put the email address in the comments, Ty, and they can just go ahead and email me, you know, your name and your information, and I'll just mail it out to you. And you're in the email. So you can just go ahead and put our email out there, and you can just send the information, and then I'll send you out your gift card. Woohoo, but thank you.
Congratulations.
Thomas. And the wine is so good, and it's nice and chill.
That sounds nice. I think I need some.
I do want to change it. You don't got nothing to drink, Specs?
You remember Specs? You remember Specs only drank when he was like 30, 32, 31. Liz, don't do it. Don't do it, Liz.
You remember that story? Yeah, I started it when I was 33, but I do have alcohol in here. I do have alcohol, so yeah.
No, stories. Only if the audience knew. Specs got stories.
we table a lot with Specs. We love we love
Quiet a lot of times. You don't want to get quiet. A lot of people why is Specs speaking?
remember
I don't know.
so, guys, listen. If we said your name and you have won either one of the shirts from our co-host Liz, her brand, who makes the shirts, if you have won a shirt or a $25 gift card, mothersunfiltered2020@gmail.com. Let us know, give us your information, and then we will be able to send out what you have won for our 1 year anniversary.
I want to give out a shirt next. I want to give out a shirt next, and one of the shirts that I want to give out, I want to give out for a person that suggests the next topic that we should be talking about. So whoever puts in the comments like, "Hey, you suicide again," because Shawnette already used that one. So if you talk about like, "Hey, you guys should be talking about this." Okay, so you can't talk about something we already talked about, like, "Hey, talk about reparations," even though Cash is somewhere on there like, "Oh, reparations." No, we did that. So something new that we haven't talked about, put it in there. We'll go ahead and we will get you that t-shirt that says unfiltered and intentional. And what I love about this shirt, not even just the quality and the feel and the texture. I love the fact that this shirt is so I love the fact that the shirt is a universal shirt. Literally, like you're unfiltered and intentional. And that's exactly how a person should walk in life, to be able to be free, to be able to speak and do what they do, but have intent behind the things that they do. There's always a reason behind every action that I make. I just don't say hello for just to say hello for kicks and giggles, but that's a thing. Shawnette.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna ask you some questions. So I want to do I don't want to say 21 questions, but I want to just throw some questions out just to get to know you a little bit more, because I know you, but I want everybody else to know you a little bit more. So the first thing I want to ask you is, what is something that gets on your goddamn nerves? Because you always have things to have to deal with. Shit.
Let me tell you what get on my nerves. What gets on my nerves, like gritting my teeth, man.
Yeah.
Is when people present an issue and they come and they say, "I need help. I don't know what to do. And here's my issue." You give the people a potential solution. No, that ain't gonna work. Okay. That ain't gonna work. That just does something to me. Make my ass itch. It
makes her ass itch.
That really gets something else in. Okay.
Ty.
What?
Now,
okay. Cool. Okay.
So we're gonna get to that real quick. But how is everyone feeling tonight? We are feeling great. Thank you for asking. We're doing very, very good. I'm so sorry for the technical issues that we're having, but besides that, everything is good. Oh, the technical issues and Liz's dog.
Her fur baby.
You know what, y'all? Real talk. I think one of my neighbors that watches the show just like knocked on the door, and I low-key let them in, and they took the dog for me. So thank you, neighbor.
Oh, well, thank you, neighbor.
Oh my goodness. Thank you.
Wow.
Wait, do we have a t-shirt or something to give the neighbor for that?
I know.
You know what?
That
not a bad idea. It does. I was rescued, y'all. I was stressed out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah. But once again, we do have a t-shirt to give out. So the person that comes on and types in what a topic they would like for us to talk about, definitely will go ahead and get that t-shirt. Yes, Ty?
Look, can you not look so irritated when you say my name?
Oh. I did. Now I was like, what's she?
You're like,
Well,
Yeah.
I always
ah.
feel like, y'all see it. Y'all see, I just,
I felt it. I felt it. I'm like, yes, Ty.
you did feel, listen, let me say this. You know, you guys see us every Sunday, and, you know, regardless of what we're going through in our personal lives, we always try to bring it and be present for the viewers, because we know you need this as much as we need this. And if you guys have been watching and following us for a full year, I'm sure you understand that I am not one to really put my personal business out there, regardless of what it is. And I've been going through a lot, and I always need Shawnette. And again, Kia, I'm upset with you that she jumps on periodically. Shawnette, again, thank you. However, I do want to highlight that. Okay, wait. I do want to highlight the Popcorn Passport, because I believe this is actually another podcast or live show.
Yeah,
It is.
That has chimed in to watch us. And like all of our other viewers and subscribers, again, we love you and we thank you for the continuous support, regardless of what you see here. But to have another live show chime in to watch us and converse and be engaged and support us, thank you. We love you. We appreciate everything. And that was it.
Hey, we should send some love back, guys. We could check out Popcorn Passport.
Also,
again,
you know what's
Definitely.
interesting?
Definitely.
Popcorn Passport is not the only as well.
Mm-hmm.
Gia has been on that show. So, you know,
Live.
Yeah, live. Again, thank you for all of your support.
No, this is not the one. This is not the one. It's another
Popcorn
one.
Pain.
That's a different one, actually.
That was-
yeah.
No, this is not the same one. This is a different one. This is a different one. That's why I said we have a couple of live shows that drop some on us. Another two. But he actually wins the t-shirt. So yay. The first thing that he typed in is a possible second run. Oh God, that's gonna be a topic. You want to get your popcorn out for that one. Then he had another one, the attack on the Capitol.
He asked us how we're feeling and then drops in with about Trump's second run. Now all of a sudden I feel like I need another drink.
Well, you know, we get our emotions through the show. So no, for your shirt, make sure that you email that email that we put in the comments section, and just let us know your shirt size and we'll get that out to you. So thank you for that. But definitely we will be. Oh yes, shirt and address, because we have to mail you the shirt, of course. But with that being said, I want to just say thank you, because this is going to definitely be a good topic. The Trump possible second run. And even if it's not per se him running, he'll have a protege. He'll have somebody that thinks like, moves like, talks like, because they're under some type of spell. So that's definitely something that we can talk about. We did talk about the attack on the Capitol. We did that one maybe that same week of when it happened. It was a great episode. We did have Mr. Charles Haskins on and Robert Aponte on that one. And I think we had Cash on that one as well. It was a full panel. It was something really to talk about. But what we should talk about, though, in reference to the attack on the Capitol, is the whitewashing of history. Let's write that down. Whitewashing of history. Sorry, that's what we need to talk about. And because
wasn't Taurus Day at the Capitol?
At the end of the day, they change up something all the time. It happens and then they change it. We talked about voter suppression, but it's another conversation that needs to be had again. And the reason why I say this is because every time we turn around, as the weeks go on, there's a new rule added to the rules that are already made. New states They're all trying to take lead on what's going on, and I think people need to know ahead of time, you know, what the rules and regulations are when they get out there to vote. So that's something that we'll definitely talk about again, because it's definitely a hot topic. I want to talk about something fun as well. We had some people come on and talk about relationships. We had some conversations talking about sex, and I want to give a shout out to those guests that came on. They were very interesting conversations. I want to do like a recap to see if any of them found love. Are they still out there searching? You know, I mean, at the end of the day, things have changed in the world, you know. So the way we're dating, definitely now that COVID's around, is a little bit different. Real quick, did I ever let you guys know how I felt about the COVID vaccination?
No, you did not.
No, you didn't.
No, this is a perfect segue. So, so I heard somebody make this statement and say, you know, hey, you don't believe in the COVID vaccination. They said it's just supposed to be protection, the same way that you use a condom to hopefully protect you from STDs or getting pregnant. The same way you would put on a seatbelt in a car so you could hopefully protect yourself. Doesn't stop you from getting a car accident, but definitely these are things to help you protect you. If you want to get the vaccination, you can, by all means, go ahead and do it. I've always believed in masks because I think that people are nasty. I believe it was flu season, allergy season. You spit while you talk, you spit while you eat. You have I just don't want to see your face. Sorry. I mean, there was multiple reasons why I believed in masks. Just put the whole shit over your head. I'm sorry. I don't like germs in general. So since I don't like germs in general, you know, I've always been that individual. But I don't like people shaming people because they have gotten the vaccination shot. You know who you are. I won't put your name on blast. But at the end of the day, to each his own. I've heard all types of comments, you know, as to why when a person gets a vaccination shot, you know, and why do you care? No one's giving you a shot unless you need a shot because you're thinking ignorantly like a rabid dog. So why are you bullying people? I'm sorry. Let me just go back.
I think because with the vaccination with this, because we're looking at public health and safety, you know, it's at a larger scale. Yeah, I know, honey bunny. I know, honey bunny, but public health and safety. However, again, regardless if you get the vaccination or not, it always starts with you and how you deal with the vaccination and prevention. And let's remember that the vaccination is not a cure. You can still get sick. You can still pass the variants along. So, you know, it's prevention based. Public health, public safety. We love you regardless, because regardless if you get the vaccination, I'm still going to wear my mask.
Right. So can I
birth control. Go ahead, Liz.
So a couple things, right? So when I said that I'm not there yet, that's a very, very personal thing. However, I would never tell anybody not to get it because I don't need it on my conscience that I suggested to you that you not get it. Now you get sick and it takes a turn and I feel responsible for that. So I would never, ever say it by way of leading anybody. That is my decision. But I will say thank you to everybody that has gotten vaccinated. I feel safer. So, and that's honestly my take on it. I am not anti-vax. I've got all my vaccines. My kids have all of theirs. Putting it out there, we don't do the flu shot. We haven't done the COVID shot. That's just a decision for me and my minors. Everybody that I know is free to make their own decisions with absolutely no judgments. Get it, don't get it, that is all you. At the end of the day, you can only do what's best for you. But segue in just a little bit there, can I be honest with y'all about something? One thing I learned over the last year is I am horrible at that game. You remember you could play the cards and you put like the top of it's a pear and the bottom it's an apple and you know like they don't match. So with these masks, how many of y'all had thought somebody was oh so beautiful until you see them? Am I the only one? Is it
Oh,
about it? But you know, you did, like, that's what that was.
Thank you for being unfiltered.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for being
unfiltered. No,
I've
been there.
He said I've been there.
I just take a mask off. I was like, oh, I mean, hey. So
yes. Wow. No, I mean, hey, it's like kind of like you was at the club and the lights were low, and you're like, okay, you're 2 steps close, and them lights in on, you start back.
Like you can't unmask and become unbeautiful. Like I'm just I'm done.
So. Thank you for that. No, thank you for that. I mean, at the end of the day, just to close that topic out. No, just to close that topic out and talk about something else. I just wanted to mention that no one should be bullied into whatever you believe in. I understand people get frustrated either way. The Black community can be frustrated that so many people died during the Tuskegee experiments, and those believing that they got the right shot, but they didn't. We have valid reasons to question the things that happen. At the end of the day, being prior service and just knowing how if somebody really wanted to get you, you get got. But I haven't taken the vaccination as of yet. I think that I may in the future. But I just want to see, how things are going along. But once again, just because you take it or not, I'll still wear my mask. I still want you to respect my space. And I like the fact that we have that 6 feet thing. I didn't want you next to me to begin with.
Me too.
But that's just a whole other. I just don't like germs. And people like so close. I don't know. Whatever.
But this is when you need to jump in when she says, I don't like people and please.
She knows what I mean. She knows. Shawnette, you know what I mean.
Shawnette.
I do. Because I do know what you mean. But Ty, I agree that this is where I would jump in and I would segue into something else because I'm all about like what's underneath that. And let's dig deeper, right? That's what I like to do. But I'm not going to do it because that's a whole episode.
I just don't like germs. That's it.
It's a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
Wait, was it the germs or the people, Kia?
A little bit of both.
That's all I need.
That part.
Some interesting news. If you guys didn't know, we lost Clarence Williams here tonight. From the Mob Squad, Prince's dad in Purple Rain. He also did, like Cassie, play Air and Tales from the Hood. I think he said they passed away at 81. Yeah. So definitely lived a long, long life. So that's definitely sad that we lost a good actor. I think he was underrated, and he was definitely a good actor.
Most of our people are underrated when it comes to being in film. We're gonna table that.
Yeah. We definitely are. I want to get so there are one more shirt left. And I'm going to give that shirt away to the very last comment that comes in before we wrap up. And I'll let you guys know, like, hey, we about to wrap up, which is shortly.
No.
You don't know what I'm about to say. You don't know what I'm about to say. Okay, go ahead. I'll let you talk.
Go ahead, Kia. When
No,
are we
you don't have-
wrapping up?
So we're not gonna wrap up this second, but shortly we will. Shortly. But there's 2 other gift cards out there. Out there. I want to give those 2 gift cards to the male and female that comment the most on our Facebook page. I love the fact that you give so much dialogue. You'll start the conversation off and say something so good. The female is Tristan Spears, if I said her last name correctly, but I'll double check that. So I'm definitely going to give you that $25 Amazon gift card for such a book. And the other $25 gift card gonna go. Is his name? What is his name? Warren? Is that the first name? I always mess up his last name. Is it Warren? I'm trying to pull it up.
Warren. Yeah, Warren.
Oh,
Do you know
Warren. Wait, Duper. Warren Duper. DUPER.
Yes.
And his social is. Okay.
Yes, I'll go ahead. They may not even be listening right now, but when it comes to the show, they are always, giving their commentary and doing everything on the site, helping us grow, keeping the audience engaged. And I love you. This is our community. A lot of times people complain about how we don't do nothing for the community and we need to do more. This is one way we can give back by sharing knowledge and just simple conversation. The very beginning of the show, I told Ty, I said, hey guys, I just want to have a conversation. Me and Ty would get on the phone chatting it up. And I was like, man, we should just air, and see what other people have to say. And look where we have grown from there. I'm wrapping it up in the next 2 to 3 minutes. So the last comment will get the $25 gift card.
No, I'm boycotting, totally against it. You cannot have a 1-year anniversary and then especially bring Shawnette on and wrap up in an hour. It's not happening. I will be dragged off this live. I'm not happy.
Kia, can get your girl.
Oh, me? Wait, is it me? It's me?
I was just going to give my personal thanks. I'm just going to give my personal thanks, and then I'm going to let you guys make your comments, and then whoever that last comment is, and it's not coming from Cash, we'll get the last shirt. Being said, thank you so much for being a part of the team. Regardless if it's in the future now, you definitely contributed to the show. We met talking about prepping, and that's such a big thing in the Black community because we do not prepare the way we should. And you could take these skills of survival, applies them for everything. So thank you so much for being that person who has their own platform with 4,000 people that are on that page that, converse and share knowledge and talk. So thank you for being that person who said, you know what, there's nothing out there for us. So let's put that out there. So thank you so much. Liz, thank you for being our day one listener.
Yay.
Go ahead, Specs. What was you going to say?
Oh, I was saying, thank you for just inviting me to the family because, that meant a lot to me because I like the show and I like the energy y'all were giving. You were like, hey, do you want to be a part of this? And I was like, I felt honored, I was like, wait, what? Of course. How would I not want to be a part of this? This is amazing. So I'm humbled and I appreciate it and I thank you.
Oh, I want to give you a shout out, Liz. Just thank you. I know. Thank you, Specs. Liz, you've been our number one listener from day one, even when it was like we're talking about makeup tips. You've been there listening and just giving shout outs. And then we brought you on the show, suggested through Cash. Cash was like, Liz has definitely passion for the same topics you do. Please bring her on. and she'll definitely be a great asset to the team. So I want to say thank you so much. I don't want to thank your dog, but
no, thank the neighbor.
I just want to thank you,
the neighbor.
Neighbor for taking the dog.
Thank
Yes.
the neighbor.
You know what though? I'm gonna say the same thing that Specs actually said. When you called me up and you tossed it out there, I was emotional. I really did. I felt so privileged and so blessed to just know that you valued my support and my opinion, and I'm always gonna be here for you. I've known you for some number of years, we won't say, and we will be friends for life. It is what it is. And so unfiltered and intentional, here we come.
Yay. And I want to say thank you, Ty, so much. And it's interesting because I have a huge family, and even though family is very huge and we love each other, you know, I never had a tight relationship with you. I knew you, but I wanted to say I started to really get to know you and start talking to you more and more once your uncle passed away. You were there at the time, and that's something that you can never kind of discredit. You know, that's experiencing someone pass away. And ever since then, I follow you on Facebook, and I would see you had the same similar ideologies when it comes to different topics, and we'll get to talking on personal levels. And then from there, like, wow. And I'm just super happy with the fact that I'm able to get to know my cousin. So forget about this, you know, tomorrow, you know, aliens come. Oh. There is no more podcast, but I'm very happy that I'm able to say, hey, to know my cousin. So thank you so much, Ty, for your help. Thank you. And Shawnette, thank you for always being that voice in my ear. Like I said, I've known you for quite some time, and you have definitely helped a lot of people, directly and indirectly. Even when you don't think you may be helping people, you are. You know, it's funny because I'll be minding my business. I'll hear somebody mention your name, like, she's triggering something. So thank you for being that voice of reason and allowing me to not fall off the ledge as well. And being the very first guest member, I want to thank everybody who's ever participated on this show. Their views and their opinions, from the fun ones to the serious topics. And then last but not least, I have to give a shout out to the fans and the people that say, hey, I watch your show, I like your show. I want to say this whole year has passed and I've never heard a truly negative comment. And I'm like, wow. When you look at like YouTube and those type of things, you hear all types of crazy stuff. But I'm very blessed to know that you guys love the show, you support the show, and you're rocking with us. So thank you. And I want to give a last shout out, one last little shout out to my husband, Cash. I love you so much. Without you, there wouldn't be no show, because I know all the shit you have to put up with me. My crazy. God knows. But I love so much, and I wouldn't do this for anybody else except for you. I love you. So the floor is yours. Go ahead, Ty. Whoever got the floor last, and then we'll see who gets the last.
Is this my time to shine?
Oh my
God. What I want to know what Ty's been sipping on.
Woodbridge Merlot. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. I have to show this.
Oh.
We love you, Cash Money, and we know you talking to your wife, your queen, your woman, but we see what goes on. What you guys don't see is we go live at 8:00 for you guys. However, we start prepping with our guests and each other at like 7:15, 7:30. So, you know, some of the folks on this panel have significant others that do lighting, mic check, background check, lighting. And they are always, they are always involved in cash, money, 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 money. Ow! Is always there.
Oh my God.
Judge me. I'm in a mood only because you're here. I listen, on a serious note, I really just want to say again to all of the new viewers and subscribers and all of our faithful ones that's been with us from day one. We appreciate you because without you, there wouldn't be in us. I was the first person that started with Kia. Yeah, she always says that I pushed her off the ledge. I'm not into religion. However, if you have been able to get to know me, I am very spiritual. We all have our specialties. And I'm all about energy. And when Kia brought this to my attention and COVID hit, I was like, oh, hell no, like this is the perfect time. So I retreated to a comfort zone where I'm able to be free and be creative. And I started building stuff. And I started building the whole back end of the live show for Kia. And I already know that what I learned with Kia is if you put it out there, she's not going to retreat. So I just threw it out there because once I throw the information out there, you have no choice but to go live. There was a lot of heated discussions, agreements and disagreements, but Kia knew from day one that regardless of what it was, I was here to support her and her passion, regardless of how that looked. And again, Kia, I feel very honored that you picked me to start this journey. This is huge for me. You've taught me a lot. Your knowledge and the knowledge of the panel that's on here today is like off the charts. I learn so much with every show that we do. I love the energy of our viewers and our guests. I don't want to stop. I want to keep pushing forward. You've sparked a fire in my little ass that I love. And I have to say again, for the viewers, you guys see us live. So you don't know what we're going through before we actually go live on the show because this is what you see. But and again, not always sharing stuff. But there's been a lot going on. COVID in general has turned the world upside down. It's made it confusing. It's made it scary, chaotic. But you guys, it's you guys that's always stuck with us through this journey and made sure that you pushed us when we may not have really wanted to go live because we had personal stuff going on. Again, Kia in the beginning, and I don't want to take up too much time, but I have to because this is the 1-year anniversary and I have to give history, I feel. But when we first started, Kia got sick with COVID and we were having discussions that, okay, if you go into a coughing fit or if you feel like you need to vomit or something, let me know and I will continue to try to do what you do. I am the support team. I am not the host. I cannot do what Kia does. Her energy is totally different from mine and not negating what I do, but I do, my energy shines on opposite ends. Kia, you have always pushed forward even when you didn't want to. And again, they don't know the conversations you and I have had. And I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, my soul, from being who you are and giving what you have given to me and every single viewer that has chimed in even once on your live show. And again, I know we're a team, but this is your passion. This is what you wanted to do. I know you don't always see it. You have started something monumental. A year later, through sickness and health, like a marriage, you have been dedicated to not only your panelists, your co-hosts, your guests, and your viewers. You've been dedicated to giving knowledge, support, guidance, information, and having conversations that are not always easy. And I know, Kia, you are going to continue to shine because that's who you are. Please do not give up. Don't ever give up. You have started something, and I've told you this from the beginning. You started something that's bigger than you. Bigger than you. It's not about you. It's about what you give to our community and past that. Thank you, Kia. I know we are learning each other as family. I love you so much. I respect you so much. I respect your guidance and your support and your energy and the people you have been able to introduce me to, Specs and Liz and Shawnette and your bestie that does our graphics and again,
yes,
building.
I want.
Thank you, viewers. I love you. Don't stop supporting us. Thank you. We love you. And thank you for following us for this 1 year anniversary. I will make sure, I try my hardest to make sure Kia does not stop because it's huge. Thank you, Black Queen. I love you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I have to give a shout out. I thought I was gonna have no more shout outs, but I was like, how the fuck did I forget Nisha? Nisha on here, my best friend, 1,000 years. I won't tell our ages, but she does all like the graphics and stuff. And I know I hate doing that stuff. So you definitely have helped to contribute. You've given me guidance and you've been there holding it down. Thank you so much. The last comment of the show. Who gets the $25?
What's your name?
Gift card. Let's see.
I want to thank you.
Yeah, I want to thank you all for what you helped.
Which would you do?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I want to thank you for all that you have given to this platform, from the vision of it all till this point where we have an unfiltered voice through you, Kia, you. Much success to all of you. Again, it's Denise.
Yay, Denise. We love you, girl. Shawnette, leave us with some last words, please.
Okay, last words. So last year, on the very first show, we were talking about the new norm. And one of the questions that the lovely host and co-host posed to me was whether or not I thought that we would one day return to normal. At that time, my answer was no. And I should have said a resounding hell no, or hell to the no. But in any event, you all know 365 plus days later that things have not returned to normal. What we're finding, though, is some type of new norm. And even that is not normal. Life will never be normal again. But let me tell y'all something. That's okay. Enjoy it, live it, love it. You only get one of it, and none of us are leaving out of here alive. Thank you for having me. Happy anniversary. I love you guys. I look forward to so much more. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes. Happy Gemini season 2 for everybody who's about to turn up. My birthday coming up, y'all.
No, y'all Gemini. No, y'all Gemini.
We going to Miami, y'all. Okay, wait. Bye, guys.
Good night.